Good morning, everybody. Kevin back from Watches with Joe and Kevin with season 4, episode 11 of The Sopranos. Um, as we kind of plow towards what I assume is the end of the season here, Tony is kind of playing a dangerous game, I feel like, with this Iago from Othello level manipulation of trying to get New Jersey and New York into a war to do a number of things. It would solve a number of ends for Tony, right? He wouldn't have to be kicking money over to New York, which does seem to be a source of irritation for him. And it would get, suspicion off of him for the death of Ralphie, which he also desperately needs. I think that his killing Ralphie is going to have implications that stretch on for several seasons on this show. We still have 3 full seasons. I'm not saying like the death of Ralphie ultimately gets Tony killed or anything, but or is someone in his family or Paulie or someone close to him or Christopher or whatever. But I do think that it's going to be a headache for a while on the show. Particularly for Tony, because everyone knows what they don't know, and maybe this effort to distract works and maybe it doesn't. I do think it's interesting that he's relying on, like in all of these like great gaslighting television series and movies, you're always kind of hoping that nobody actually sits down and talks to the other side, and everyone kind of pieces everything together. You're really hoping that there's no game of telephone that takes place here, because ultimately in a lot of these kind of things, communication would absolutely kind of solve the problem, bring everything to light. So Tony's hoping that doesn't happen. I mean, and he's the boss. It's quite possible that it won't. But two, Dr. Melfi has been on this season a lot less, and I don't think it's because Tony's not going or that she's less effective at her job, but I don't think that she is having the same type of influence on him that she has in previous seasons. And that's not on her. That's on the fact that Tony does not listen to Dr. Melfi as much anymore. And I feel like that's why we're not seeing her as much. In previous seasons, she would kind of talk him through what he was feeling. And she has here a little bit, but I feel like in previous seasons, Tony left, and he may have left angry, and he may have yelled at her, but eventually things kind of pre-processed and things kind of seeped in. I don't think that's happening as much this season. I think that's why Tony is making so many rash decisions and so many irrational decisions this season. It definitely feels like he's been spiraling compared to previous seasons, and I want to see how that not just manifests itself with Tony, but what the consequences of that kind of behavior are going to be, because there's going to be something. There's going to be some. Forcing Christopher into rehab at gunpoint, seems like that's not an effective way to get somebody to actually change, because I feel like getting better in terms of like addiction takes some internal motivation and not external. Yes, threat of death is pretty strong motivation, but if Christopher doesn't really want to get off drugs for the right reason, he may not be able to get off drugs, but we'll see. All right, we'll go and get started here. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us, and of course I'd like to give a special thank you to all of our super patrons: Actuarial Lurker, Balish Foldes, Chris, Derek Peterson, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudugunda Farapu, Torgir Lingstad, Where Panda 47, Trey Contreras, and AB. As always, guys, thank you so much. We're really glad you're here with us. If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are currently watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every show, including The Sopranos, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon if we're on YouTube. On everything on Patreon, due to copyright law, you're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material. I am the only thing you will see and hear on these episodes.
And now the news.
Okay, I was like, something really weird is happening here. Another Tony dream. This is a really complex dream. There's a lot going on there. Carmela driving, one of Tony's dead exes. And it's right back with Dr. Melfi, and not really any effective communication here.
Sitting next to me was Gloria. In front of me, sitting next to Carmela, was a business associate of mine.
That I killed.
I don't know where we were going. No place. We never seem to get anywhere.
Kind of like this
Kind
therapy.
of like this therapy.
Oh my God, yeah.
It turned into a butterfly.
Has your friend recently changed?
It's changed a lot. His head's in a duffel bag.
The meaning is elicited through verbalization.
And the Gehoxagogan is framed up by the Ramestam.
She's right.
Men in the front, wives in the back.
You like that arrangement?
Actually, I think the wife should ride in a little cart behind the car.
Oh my God.
Like behind Noah's Ark, there's a little boat with the skunks.
So wives are skunks.
Oh. I've been sitting in this chair for 4 fucking years and still nothing's been done about that. And it leads me to make mistakes at my work. What good did you do me with that?
I don't think therapy made you make mistakes.
I think you're glossing over the significant accomplishments we've made in here.
Oh, my mother would come when she looked at a pot roast.
Oh my God.
You were clinically depressed. You suffered from panic attacks that put your life in danger.
Yeah. Just forgetting all that.
I've been a good sport. Huh?
He doesn't want to come anymore? That's a bad idea.
Your jacket. You're just getting over a cold. Come on.
I love this guy so much. Don't do that. To my doll face always, Bobby. Oh. She is not going to approve of dad dating already.
Miss you so much. I'd be with you right now if it wasn't for the kid.
Oh my God, it's for mom.
What did you do with the cake today?
Cake?
Your daughter said she saw it in the back of your car.
Today was our anniversary.
Ugh, that's poor guy.
How often do you go to the grave?
Every day. That's what I miss the most. Talking to her.
Janice is not going to win this battle.
It's very easy for people to give facile advice. Suck it up, move on, etc. Well, I'm not going to tell you that.
You just did.
Sometimes courage isn't a value.
God, she sucks. Sometimes courage isn't a value. She just called him a coward.
I want you to pay a visit to this Pollock Tony Sopranos guy doing phony house appraisals. Make this guy understand that he's going to be working for us.
Oh my God, this is going to get out of hand.
Why did he get her a cake? She died.
Go back to bed.
Nikki Gilardi said Mommy's ghost is going to come back and haunt us.
I hope these kids are in some counseling too.
Well, maybe if we did something bad, she'd haunt us for her own good. There's nothing to be scared of. Go back to bed.
I was wondering if this is getting to him too.
Tony? Suffice to say, no matter what happens now or in the future, Carmine won't forget you.
Oh no, Polly's going to take a shot at Tony.
As I always do and always will. No matter what happens or who's in charge. If it's me, God forbid.
Oh, yeah.
Did you offer my nephew something?
I'm registered yours. Not made.
Did you offer him an aspirin? I don't know whether to throw the champagne or shit in my pants.
It's gonna be... Oh, you got shaving cream all over you.
Huh?
Won't you wash yourself off?
I think he actually might be suffering.
Listen, we find out where the jurors meet every day before they get busted at courthouse. And this mental competency thing don't work.
I don't want to talk about it.
So jury tampering then?
He bought her a cake for their anniversary, and he buried it at her grave. What? At her grave?
That is a little much.
Baccalieris are coming over. I want you to make those kids feel welcome.
Bobby Jr.? That kid's like 11.
I don't ask you to do chore one around here.
Yeah.
Let me appraise you this. Be at the Red Chimney.
A prize.
For Johnny and Carmine.
This poor guy, but he is a working for the mob.
You ever talk to Beansy down there in Florida?
Now and then.
Does he ever run into Carmine's son down there in Miami?
I'll be on my cell. You need me.
Oh, he's gonna go right to Johnny on this.
I like rice. Maybe I'm Chinese. So, Papa Son.
Oh my God. Yeah, AJ's pushing it.
Devin, would you like something to eat?
No, thank you. I'll, just wait inside.
Oops.
Anthony! These kids just lost their mom. Could you give them a little time? You know how much little Bobby likes you.
What am I, daycare?
Oh.
Spirit. Speak to me.
Oh no. This is gonna get in their heads.
Do you think it's my mom? Probably not. It's not people you know. Will you do it with me, Devin? Okay.
At least Devin said that. Like, don't freak out about your mom.
Spirit. Do you know Karen Baccalieri?
Sophia.
Oh, no.
Is she making new friends in heaven?
Maybe we should play something else.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
This is all going to go bad for her.
Until it got boring.
How about we try and contact the dead for real?
Oh, AJ.
I noticed you clammed up around Paulie. You did too. It occurred to me that maybe Paulie's the one telling our friend in New York.
Thank you.
I needed no basis. Get this fucking appraiser working again. I got houses just sitting there.
Johnny might already know, though, from his son.
Because if you open them, whatever spirits we're speaking to will permanently remain trapped between worlds forever.
Oh, good. Make the stakes higher for these poor kids.
Hey, Jay.
Keep laughing if you think it's funny.
It was you.
Shh. You hear that?
I heard it.
Me too.
Oh.
Gray mist. Little specks of light.
Why would you do this to kids whose mom just died?
What's that?
How come he's only talking to you?
Because I'm the oldest and closest to the afterlife.
Shh.
You asshole, you asshole.
Robert! You, say goodnight.
Yeah.
He locked me in the garage at the guy with the ponytail's house.
Bobby, I don't even know what to say. I am so embarrassed.
I mean, it's not on you. That wasn't cool at all. I know kids will be kids, but that was not okay.
I'm only the appraiser.
Oh, come on.
So go back inside, get your appraising shit, and start appraising.
Okay, I actually do feel bad for this guy.
You went to the cemetery today, didn't you?
How do you know?
Because you got cemetery mud on your shoes.
What are you, Marge Hingenbrand now? Son of a bitch put an extra 15 pounds on Karen when they did her up.
This dispute with the bill is morbid clinging.
Yeah, you should pay the bill.
I mean, what do you expect? You're talking to a headstone.
She's my wife.
Well, she's dead, and I'm here.
Shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up.
God, Janice is so... Well, all these mob guys on this show are terrible people, and Janice is really the one that I just cannot stand.
Tony, it's Svetlana.
Oh, hey.
I'm just receiving the brooch. I want to thank you.
Oh.
Are you sure? Because if you ever want to talk or if you ever need anything...
No, it's all right. Thank you for the brush.
Tried to buy her, swing and a miss.
Broke a woman's heart. Told her I couldn't see her no more. Sad, but there's no getting around it.
Who is she?
She takes care of my uncle.
Oh, you were such a liar.
She took care of my mother, too.
Your former girlfriend's cousin?
That one, yeah.
Yeah?
No, it was a brief fling kind of thing. You know, but after a while, I felt like I had to cut off the leg.
Oh.
Not leg, affair. Did I say leg?
Why did you cut it off?
Wow.
I bought her this diamond pin that I send to every woman when I'm...
Oh, okay, so it wasn't the same one. I thought he got it back.
You know what? This is all bullshit. It was she who gave me my walking paper.
Okay, good.
I'm a miserable prick. I've said it since day one.
And you're no longer interested in changing, in finding a way out.
Yeah. I mean, really, yeah.
What the fuck has it gotten me? Okay, maybe it got me some shit in the beginning. Some leadership strategies.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore.
Is he really going to quit?
I commend you on that.
Well, thank you for the commendation, and... Adios.
Is this one going to be permanent, or is he going to come back?
You saved my life in the beginning. And for all the times I came on like an asshole, I'm very sorry.
Hey, this is nice.
So what's customary? I mean, you shake hands. Well,
yeah, you
how
can
about
shake
a
hands.
diamond pin?
Not funny.
Okay, well,
Goodbye.
I do not think this is it for his therapy.
You've reached Dr. Elliot Kupferberg.
she went right to her therapist.
Guess who's no longer a patient of mine? Calling all cars.
That's the name of the episode. It's like Dispatch, right? What are you doing?
His username has 666. That means Satan.
You have no idea. Oh my god. I hate Janice so much.
Oh, I was gonna park in that spot.
Hey, ball breaker. Welcome to Miami.
I forgot about this guy back from season 1.
We'll get to a draw. We're working very hard.
That's probably true.
Kids were kind of quiet. Then bedtime, all hell broke loose. Crying.
She is such a scumbag.
Sophia especially. They've been playing with that goddamn Ouija board again.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
You're under a lot of stress. You're a single dad.
No, you were right.
Oh my god.
No, it's not. I'm starving too. Probably something in here.
Is she gonna get her last CD? Was it CD? I can't remember. Minecraft, maybe.
Karen CD?
Yeah, CD.
It's the last one she made.
Oh, Janice sucks.
So, all due respect, let's not jump in and blame Johnny.
True, John's a pragmatist, but he's also a greedy motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, that really is pretty transparent.
But Carmine, bear in mind, he came onto my turf. He tried to recruit Maimu and Jan.
Yeah, he did.
Also, you should know that my next call will be to Johnny Sack to let him know that we talked. He shouldn't feel blindsided.
Did she change into PJs? On one hand, he does need to move on for the sake of his kids, or at least show that it looked like he is putting on a brave face for his kids, but... The silhouette's good because I have no idea who this is.
Me no. Speak English. May this biatch.
Huh. Yeah, man, you still need therapy. What kind of light is this for your bathroom? Is he still dreaming? Oh, he's in Florida. That's right. He's in a motel. Is he still dreaming? Okay, no, looks like he's awake. Why is there a red light in the bathroom? I really do expect his break from therapy to be brief. Either brief or he's going to let it really spiral and things are going to get really dark before he goes back. But I do think he's going back. I agree with Dr. Melfi that he deserves to be in therapy. I don't, or should be in therapy. I don't know, she called her therapist, and I don't know how she was feeling about it, because there is a chance that if enough time passes and Tony wants to come back, she could be healthier. She could have made that break from him too, because they had a weird codependence there for a while, right? And I think it might, maybe she makes a break, and so when he wants to come back, she's like, I'm not really sure I want to work with you. But we'll see. Again, this may be short-lived. We may start season 5, because we only have a couple episodes left, I think, with him back in therapy. Well, Janice, who does not mind psychologically torturing children to get what she wants, it looks like it looks like her manipulation game is working. It looks like she's going to be with Bobby. It looked like at least her and maybe him. I couldn't remember what he was wearing previously, but it looks like they were both in pajamas by the time they were eating the last ziti there. Man, that's so hard to watch. I don't know what it says about me that I hate her more than anybody else on this show. I hate her more than I hated Ralphie, who beat an innocent woman to death. I hate her more than I hated Richie, who, was as awful as it gets, ran over a guy in his car. We just saw him again. Man, she is a lot. I'm not saying I want her to die. I don't think she rises to the same level of, in the gameness as those guys did. But at the same time, Janice just needs to be away. Go back to Oregon. I don't know if I don't know how rational my disdain for Janice really is, or if I'm like, it's the, going too much along with the interpersonal stuff that she does and letting that like have an emotional reaction to me that I'm letting that like irritate me so much when the mafia stuff doesn't seem to bother me as much. And I'm not saying, oh, it's just business, because I don't buy that garbage for a second. Whenever somebody does something horrible to another person and is able to rationalize it and say, it was just business, I don't buy that. I think doing malicious things for money is still just doing malicious things. But in this one case, Janice just really rubs me the wrong way. I don't know how effective Tony's trip to Miami is going to be in terms of staving off impending conflict. I think things are going to get better before they get worse. I don't think this is going to be effective. I think if they say give us 40%, you say I'll give you 5.5%. Man, you really came in low. It was an interesting choice not to counter and say, that's, he did say it's not acceptable, but I don't know, maybe laughing and saying, we'll go 35 would have been a better way to handle that. Because now that everybody's beating up on the poor appraiser, things are going to spiral really quickly. Because they're both going to lose out on him eventually. He's just going to pack his bags and leave. I would. I'm like, well, I have two warring factions of the mob beating on me, and I'm just a real estate appraiser. So maybe it's time to move. Start a new life somewhere else, far, far away from the East Coast. But we'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get into war territory here, because I think that's largely the way that Tony wants to go. I think he's going through a lot of motions to make it look like he doesn't, right? Like in the last episode, he's like, we want to be really sure that New York killed Ralphie, so leave no stone unturned being sure, when obviously he knows that's not the case. So I think a lot of this is Tony going through the motions to make it look like he's doing everything he can to avoid a war. Maybe that's why he came in so low, right? They said 40%. He said 5.5%, knowing that was going to be an insulting counteroffer. Maybe Tony really is wanting this to escalate to the point of conflict. He's angry. He is miserable. We keep hearing it. We heard it from Dr. Melfi in this episode. He's stepping away from his therapy and accepting that he's just a miserable guy. I don't know. I think Dr. Melfi eventually might have to be the hero in this whole situation and kind of talk him down depending on how willing he is to continue sharing with her. This is becoming quite a mess, though. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.